What is going on, guys? I had a video suggestion from a subscriber in the comment. He said, so since you used to ride sport bikes, why don't you give us some stories from the sport bike days? I'm sure you have some wild and crazy ones. Well, he was right. Be sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button. So guys, I figured today, since I'd be telling a story from the sport bike days, it would only be appropriate to get out and run some curves while I tell this story. Years ago, I used to be a big sport bike guy. I mean, I love sport bikes, didn't really care for cruisers or anything. I still love sport bikes, and I plan on getting another one. Oh crap. I do plan on getting another one someday, but for right now, I'm really enjoying the Harley. But anyhow, let's get on with the story. So, years ago, I used to be in a sport bike club. Now, what got me introduced to these guys in the club was this little incident that happened. I have some friends, we all run sport bikes, we all have motorcycles, and, you know, hey, it's like Saturday night, we're going to go out and disturb the peace and have some fun. Well, we had heard about this place where everybody had been meeting. Oh, slow down, I get too excited with the story. We heard about this place where everybody had been meeting, supposedly this semi-abandoned airport, and we heard everybody been going out there doing, you know, doing stunts, doing some wheelies, doing some drag racing, high-speed passes on this supposedly abandoned runway. It's after dark, you know, it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock. We leave out of the city and head out in the country to go find this place, meet up with everybody. We're riding along now, we get out there, and it's kind of hard to find. It was out in the dark. I mean, it was way out in the middle of nowhere. It was dark. But once you started getting up there, you know, you could hear it. And sound travels a long ways at night. But it's out in the middle of nowhere. It's all paved. And we get out there. There's bikes everywhere. I mean, shoot, there's probably, I don't know, 60, 70 bikes. There's quite a few people out there. And they're doing some drag racing and, you know, high-speed passes, having a good time. So, you know, we pull our bikes up in line there. Supposedly these guys have been coming out here for a while and nobody's bothered them. Apparently the airport's only, I mean, it's abandoned. I mean, like recently abandoned. Supposedly. We're out here for maybe 30, 45 minutes, and I never leave my key in my bike. I've had too many people pull pranks on me, so I pulled the key out of my bike. Now while we're up at the runway watching everybody do stunts and having a good old time, Cody! The sheriff's department had snuck up behind us. They had come through the woods and through the pastures surrounding it. And they went up to all the bikes that they could find and pulled keys out of them. And they coordinated this. Apparently they'd been watching what was going on out here, and they were waiting to bust everybody. So out of nowhere, it's blue lights from every direction. I mean, there's bikes scattering. People are running off, trying to get away any way they can. I mean, it was chaos. And all these guys are scrambling back to their motorcycles to find they don't have any keys in them. It was crazy. Now, me and my buddies, we, in the midst of the chaos, we kind of parked kind of off, out of the way, kind of out of the crowd, you could say. And it was a good thing we did, because when all this was going down, we didn't take off running. We didn't panic. Not too bad anyhow. We just kind of slowly, quietly, just kind of eased our way back over to our motorcycles, because the police were going after the guys that were running and trying to tear out of there any direction they could. We all had our keys, luckily, and so we just kind of eased on out of there. We leave there, and we go over to the next county. We decided, all right, well, whoa, dang, big old bird coming after me. We decided, all right, we got this big flat stretch of country highway out here. we'll go out here and do some high-speed passes and kind of finish up our night. All the law enforcement's over there. They probably think we're gone. No big deal. I make my pass, and I get down to the end of the road and do this high-speed pass. And I look back, and all I see is blue lights again. I'm like, oh God, not again. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of out here in the middle. I killed the key, they turned the lights off, and I'm like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? And I was with another guy that had made a run with me, so we end up pushing our bikes up this side road, and we laid him in a ditch. We literally laid him down in a ditch, and we're laying in this ditch of tall brush with the bikes, and next thing we know, there's a spotlight going over the top of us. I mean, now guys, I would never do this stuff today. And if I did get caught, you know, I'm probably gonna talk to the guys, but we were in our late teens, early 20s, and just we were being dumb kids. But so I'm laying down there in the brush with this other guy with our bikes, and I assume it's a sheriff's deputy because we're out in the county. I wasn't gonna peek. But the spotlight's going over us and stuff, and he's going back and forth a couple of times, and man, we just laid there as quiet as we could. I mean, kind of worried. Luckily we were on sport bikes, so the engine and everything hot was covered up, and it was the middle of summer, so everything was green. We were probably lucky we didn't start a fire, honestly. These two incidents made the local news. It was like, oh my God. And bear in mind, I was still living at home at the time. So my mom sees this news story, and they're talking about all these sport bikes taking off out of this airport, which apparently wasn't as abandoned as we thought. And she doesn't say a word to me other than just kind of look at me, and I just kind of shrugged my shoulders like, I don't know. She knew I was involved in that some way, somehow. And then the news goes on to say, they start talking about the incident out on this highway and how they might be connected. And I'm thinking, they might be connected. Well, they kind of were. So, I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations has expired on this whole deal, so I can talk about it now. This was like 15 years ago, thankfully. Oh Lord, good times, baby, good times. Well guys, I hope you stuck with me to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the story. So if you'd be so kind as to give my video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I better ship if you haven't done so already. But anyhow guys, you stay safe out on the streets, and I'll catch you in the next video.